Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station and your place in making today better than yesterday. I wanted to start off today with just saying thank you. Thank you for being here. Whether you're new to our weekly show or to our dedicated listeners, I really appreciate each and every one of you, quite genuinely. I've been getting more emails lately. Side note, I love hearing from our listeners, and I feel it's a privilege to serve each of you and to have you on this journey with me in this so-called thing called life. I'd like to give a shout out to start today's episode. This is from one of our reviews on iTunes from Upset Mama. Very inspirational and goal-oriented podcast. Self-reflection is one of the key developments for growth. Time to refocus, uphold my rituals, and listen better, distraction-free. I also love the positive steps she includes to help after identifying the struggle of life. Whoever you are, Upset Mama, I appreciate the time you took to let us know your thoughts, and you have our utmost support in making today better than yesterday. There's a great part of her review that states, self-reflection is one of the key developments for growth. This is so fitting for the topic of this month, honesty. When we take the time to reflect, whether it be about the past, our past actions, the things we've learned, or just a moment in the present to look in the mirror to reflect upon ourselves, that, all of it, is a part of the key towards reaching our best self. I heard an interesting analogy the other day. Life isn't about reaching the top of the mountain, but climbing mountain after mountain, reaching multiple peaks all throughout your life. I sat with it for a while and remembered what my mom always says. Enjoy the journey. It's not about the destination. Some might argue this point, and it's not to say that you shouldn't have goals or stretch or grow or reach beyond the stars. It's the peace of mind in knowing that change in life is inevitable, and there's many mountains to climb and many peaks to reach when you can reach your hands up in the sky and say, I did it. The most amazing thing about this is that we all have a unique path. We sometimes get bombarded with what society expects from us, but when we reflect, we realize that the path we found, growth, success, satisfaction, and more, was the very root of it all, was honesty. Let me illustrate this concept in another way. Have you ever heard of the saying, leap of faith? When most people decide to take that leap of faith to become vulnerable and brave, they're reaching into the depths of how, what, when is completely honest. Or as the quote says, don't fear failure so much that you refuse to try new things. The saddest summary of life contains 3 descriptions: could have, might have, and should have. This can have multiple levels and definitions in your life. We could be talking about a life-changing move like leaving a job, getting married, having a child, getting a new job, but it can also take on a level within our mental well-being. Let's try something just for fun. It's just you. No one is judging you. No one is even listening. You can say your answers out loud if you're alone or just in your head. There is no wrong answer, but the only true answer is you being honest. Totally, brutally honest. Okay, for fun, answer the following questions. What is your favorite color? If you could have any meal you wished, what would it be? Are you a morning person or a night owl? Have you made someone smile today? What would you do if you weren't afraid of anything? Do you care more about how your life looks or how it feels? What matters most in life? What are the top 3 things you are ignoring in your life that you love to do? What permission do you want or do you feel you need to move forward? I'm going to take a second and I want you to take a breath. Think about how honest you were in answering those questions. And I'm going to ask them again. This is the time to be as honest as you possibly can. What is your favorite color? If you could have any meal you wished, what would it be? Are you a morning person or a night owl? Have you made someone smile today? What would you do if you weren't afraid of anything? Do you care more about how life looks or how life feels? What matters most in your life? What are the top 3 things you are ignoring in your life that you love to do? What permission do you want or do you feel you need to move forward? When you're not driving and in a safe place, it can also be beneficial to write down your answers and then you be the judge. Not judging yourself in a harsh manner, but being real. Looking at the questions, simple, and then the more complex ones, and see where you stand. Was it easy? Did you hesitate? Did you go back in your head and keep changing the answer? Here's the kicker. Only you know the truth. You can ask a series of questions. In fact, you can Google, when Google became a verb, you can search out something like life-changing questions. Keep a journal, read it back, and use this first step or 10th step wherever you are in your journey to seek the truth. So many times I'm baffled on how dishonest we can be with ourselves, me included. Here's a great one. When someone asks, "How are you?" Have you ever just responded, "I'm good," but not really meant it? The sad thing about our society is that it's somewhat broken when it comes to the harder feelings like sadness, struggle, grief. I'm not saying it's all broken. I'm not one to blanket statement anything, but what I can say is facing the truth is sometimes scary and it's hard and it's the last thing you want to do, but most of the time it's necessary. Even something as difficult as grief. I'm in the mix of grief, and I believe even though I hope to be your guide towards betterment, I only serve you well by being candid and telling you that I have hard days. I've been through more things than I have time to spill into this episode, so it illustrates that I am also human. I will walk side by side with you because our society is broken in areas in the way it handles the more challenging side of emotions. We're so busy looking for a treatment, a quick fix, that we mask the root and only end up covering up the truth rather than truly healing. We look the other way when the best solution is being there for one another. Sometimes to just cry with someone or let someone cry or to validate their pain or to validate your pain. To protect your peace and know that within yourself you'll always find a safe place and slowly we'll start to walk again. And as we do this for ourselves, we can do it for others. Ooh, it just got deep. In all seriousness though, you deserve the truth and the truth starts within you. So this week, take an evaluation of your own reaction, your answers, your truth, and be kind. You might find aspects about yourself you were unaware of, but instead of it letting you down, remind yourself it's an opportunity to get better. Thank you again for all your reviews on iTunes. If you haven't left a review yet, it's free, and it helps those in need find us in the search engines. We would be so grateful for your support. Oh, and We are super excited to announce that we've teamed up with Zazzle. It's a place where you can design your own apparel like t-shirts, mugs, bags, and we like to call it our mindful shop. And you can visit it through our website at lonedoctrine.com. Just click the store button, and I will tell you from personal experience that every time I wear one of our shirts, whether it be the Love Warrior shirt or Choose Happiness, I get smiles from almost everyone I pass, and it's a great conversation starter. You know me, and if you don't, I like things that make people think. So check it out. And if you get something, thank you, and tag us in a picture on Instagram. We'd love to see your mindfulness apparel in action. I'll leave you with this quote. Honesty is more than not lying. It is truth-telling, truth-speaking, truth-living, and truth-loving. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.
It's a